Hi guys, welcome back to my Dreams Reality Podcast. I'm your host, Alpha Raw, and we are back. Today's topic is the power of being unapologetic. A lot of people are not living the life they're supposed to be living today just because they care too much about what people may think, what people may say, what people may do about them after they've chosen to do what it is they really want to do. After they've chosen to follow their dreams and take the risk and just go for it, they are afraid of what people may say. Most of the times, it is the words that come from our loved ones that keep us from doing the things that we want to do. Because we'll be like, what will my dad think about this? If I quit doing this thing, maybe you're pursuing a particular degree that you were never really interested in, just because maybe a parent wanted you to do it, and you know that there's something you want to do, something you're actually talented at, and you're not pursuing that thing. Some people are actually doing degrees because their dad recommended them to do the degree, not because they want to do it. And actually, I have a story to back this thing up. I remember when we were when we were first years freshmen at college, during the orientation, when the vice chancellor was at the platform and he was giving a speech, he mentioned a story. And in this story, I was really touched by this story because it was somewhat disappointing and also something that you can say you are proud of. I was proud of that young man. He was telling us about a story about a former student, by the way. The guy had just graduated. He was doing a 5-year degree. And on the day of the graduation, he handed the degree to his father. And he said, "Dad, here's your degree." And he re-enrolled to do the degree he actually always wanted to do in the first place. So the vice chancellor went on to say, "Guys, I don't want you to be here wasting your time doing a degree that your father has recommended you to do. I want you to be here and to do the degree that you want to do, the one that you really, really want, because that is the thing that's going to be like a livelihood for you. That's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So you don't want to be doing something you never really wanted to do to begin with." So if that is you, and you are doing something not because you want to do it, but because a loved one said this is the way to go, but your heart is telling you that this ain't it, there has to be something else, and you know the path you want to choose. You're just afraid to take the risk. You're afraid to go against the people you love who are telling you that that is not the right path. And so you're thinking to yourself, if I take that route and it doesn't work out, what am I going to tell my father? What am I going to tell my mother? What am I going to tell my cousin? What am I going to tell my uncle? So because you don't have the answers to those questions, you have chosen and you will choose to stay on the current path you're taking, but you don't really have a future along that path. You don't even have any future plans. It's like every day you're just waking up and the day is running your life. You're not running the day. And you're just waiting for things to happen. You're just sitting there and waiting for things to happen because you're not really engaged. You're not doing the thing you love. Today's topic, I want to tell you this, and I want you to tell yourself this as well, that it doesn't matter what people say. I am very unapologetic. If you've done well, there's no need for you to apologize. And if it fails, if you take that route that you want to take and it fails, you have no apology whatsoever that you owe anyone. You owe no one an apology. And you don't even owe yourself an apology. You don't even have to apologize to yourself because you can fail at the things you don't like as well. You can say, well, this is more comfortable, this is safe. Let me just do what my uncle has recommended, or your friend, best friend has recommended, or your spouse has recommended. Because you think just because it's recommended and you don't like it, you think it's going to succeed. You can actually fail at that too. So you might as well fail at the thing you want to do, because failure is not determined by whether you like the thing or not. So go for it and don't look back. Don't look to your left, don't look to your right, don't look back, just look forward and press on. Because those same people who are telling you that your idea is bad or you're not going to make it, those same people are going to be in your corner once you start winning. So it's not about them. It is about you choosing to go after the thing you want, and you ignoring the noises that are coming from the left, that are coming from the right, that are coming from behind you. And some of it is also coming from within you, because most of the times when we are victims to this sort of situation, we also have self-doubt. We are doubting ourselves. You don't really believe that you can actually make it. You don't even see yourself on the other side of the fence. You're thinking, I'm definitely going to die on this side. But that's not the story. The only way to find out, no one really knows if you're going to make it or not. And then that is the honest truth. Only God knows. Your dad doesn't know. Your mom doesn't know it. You don't know if you're going to make it or not. But there is one attribute amongst human beings, something that not even the wild animals don't have, not even the fastest, not even the strongest have, and that is the power of faith, the power of belief in yourself. You have to believe that you're going to make it, and once you believe you're going to make it, things are going to work in your favor. Yes, you're not guaranteed victory, you're not guaranteed to make it, but even if you don't make it, whilst you're doing that thing you love, at least you will find some solace and some fulfillment in doing it. You will not hate it, you will not regret it, and at least you'll find out whether that idea was actually a good or a bad idea, instead of just having regrets and regrets and regrets, because most people, they go through midlife crisis around 40, around 45, just depending on the country. People go through midlife crisis because they chose a path they didn't really want to choose. They never wanted to walk that path. And so now they've been walking this path for maybe a decade or so, and they realize that, man, I followed this path. Maybe they followed the money, maybe they followed the fame, but then they realize that the fame and the money are not really satisfying their hearts. They're not satisfied, and they're just depressed. And so now they're regretting their decision to follow this path. They're like, man, I think I should have just gone for that thing I really wanted to do, whether it would have worked out or not, whether I was going to succeed or fail. I think the best decision I could have made was to actually follow that path that I really wanted to go with. And regret can kill you, man. It's like a cancer. You'll be thinking about it almost every day and almost every hour, because you'll be like, man, I could have done this. But because of my fear, but because I listened to other people, I didn't choose this path. Maybe because you love money, you went for the money and you went for the fame. You actually left something that was actually more valuable than you think it is. Money is almost overvalued. Money is overestimated. People think it's all about money. But if you're offered, let's say you're offered $10 billion today, but there's only one catch. You don't get to wake up alive tomorrow. Most people, almost everyone, will not take the 10 billion because, it's not worth it if you're not alive to spend the money. So when it comes to your health and money, people will choose health over money. And that's something that you should have to think about before you go for the money. Next time you have an opportunity and you have to choose between money and purpose, you have to think about it well. because sometimes maybe you actually need the money, and in other cases you may need it, but in the long run maybe the money will come, but at least you will be fulfilled. So you have to choose, and most people go for the money. And this is why we have a rise in people who are actually going through midlife crisis and depression in their late ages, because people will be regretting those decisions. Like, maybe I shouldn't have gone for the money. Maybe I should have gone for purpose. Yes, we need money. You cannot live a soft life or a good life, so to speak, without money. Money it's important, but it's not too important. We need money. We really do need money. Don't get me wrong when I say go for your purpose, don't go for the money. I'm actually saying when it comes down to it, you don't have to be a billionaire or a millionaire. The money you really need isn't really that much. Maybe you're talking at least maybe 10,000 US dollars, or maybe 20, or maybe 50. We're not talking millions here. But if you have an opportunity where there is $1 million stash of cash, $1 million right there, maybe $10 million, and then the other one is an opportunity that's going to pay you in the long run. In the long run, things may actually get better. But as of now, there isn't money. There is no money at all, or maybe there's just not that much really, maybe $100. And you have to choose between the two. And let's say the $100, you actually love this part, this opportunity, because maybe it allows you to showcase your talents, to showcase your gifts. So people would struggle. That's a very difficult set of choices to have. But personally, I would say go for the purpose. Go for your purpose. It may be $100, but it will grow as time goes on. And that way you will not have any regrets. If you get paid $100, let's say $100 per week, and that will be $400 per month, and you know there's an opportunity for that money to grow, and at the same time you love your job, I say go for that. And you can leave the 10 million, because 10 million against your health, you definitely choose your health. 9 out of 10 times you would choose your health, because without the health, how are you going to enjoy that money? Without life, without you being alive, how are you going to enjoy it? You have to be alive for you to enjoy the money. So it's definitely overestimated. And people, I don't know, maybe it's definitely an illusion, because if we compare gold with money, with the notes, with banknotes, a banknote is definitely a credit. It's a promise that you're going to get gold that is equivalent to whatever the money they gave you, but it's not real. It's a smoke screen. It's a deception. But if you have gold, you actually have the real thing, because gold can never really get inflated or anything like that. You cannot say gold has just hit inflation or whatever. It may actually increase in price, but when it comes to inflation, that's definitely inconceivable. But when talking about banknotes, inflation is always a possibility. So don't go for the superficial stuff. Go for your purpose, and learn to say no, even to the people you love. Learn to say, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to follow that path. I want to follow this path. And that is you being unapologetic. And don't even feel sorry for them or feel sorry for anyone. Don't pity them. Don't pity yourself. Just go for the path and tell people no. Because if you don't tell people no, if you're not unapologetic, you're going to go through a lot of problems, because everybody's going to want to be holding the steering wheel to your life, and everyone has a path they will choose for you. So people will be yanking you left and right, left and right, left and right. At the end of the day, you will go nowhere, because you'll be circling around on the same area, in the same place. You won't really make any progress. So you have to be unapologetic. You have to tell people, no, I'm not doing this. And I'm not even sorry, and I'm not even going to pity you. I'm not going to pity myself. Yes, things may go bad, but things may also go well. So why should I focus on the negative? I know you really mean well by telling me this, by advising me, that I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to apologize for doing this because this is my life. So you have to do that. You have to be unapologetic. By you being apologetic, you are allowing people to take control of your life. You're allowing things to happen that shouldn't happen in the first place. So it is in your best interest for you to be unapologetic and just tell people, no way, I'm not doing that. Thank you very much for your advice. Thank you for your inputs. Thank you for everything. But I'm going to stay on the path, or I'm going to switch routes. I'm going to follow this path now. Thank you, but no thanks. And just walk away. After saying that, just walk away, because some of us have a tendency of just being apologetic. We just like saying sorry a little bit too much. And by saying sorry, you're being vulnerable, because why are you apologizing in the first place? You cannot be apologizing for choosing to live your life the way you think is the right way. There is no apology there. You don't have to apologize for doing that. In fact, they should be the ones to apologize for trying to derail you, for trying to make you live life the way they want you to live life. You have to remember, you don't live for other people. The only one who has the right to tell you that you're not living your life the right way is God, the one who actually created you. Otherwise, the other people, what they have is just an opinion, and an opinion is not a fact. So don't take it seriously. Be unapologetic. There is great power in doing so. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's segment. I'm your host, Alpha Raw. It's always a pleasure to have you on the podcast. See you guys next time. Out.
Pachikuna zita kuzipasando nanita nekuzimbisa nekungo simbiswa. Yeah, you say you know me, but you don't know my story. When no see it, I say you go. Yeah, you say you family, usingazive paini irimu moyo manguwa. Yeah, mundisiye Pay mukana, zinundi no sidao. Mundi siyo, di pay mukana, zinundi no sidao. Kana zehondo, zinundi no sidao. Kana kunyarara, zinundi no sidao. Kana zehondo, zinundi no sidao. I go higher, higher, higher. I pray I never fall again. No, I never sell my soul. Give me that love, yeah. Show me love, love. You're my baby, you're my baby, yeah, yeah. It's next Monday, so real by Monday. You know I there for you. You show me love, my baby.